Hey guys, I know it's been a long time since the last video update, and I apologize for that. Things have been extremely crazy for me. I'm working on another project that I was hoping would self-fund Forsaken Legends for the foreseeable future, and the project's going awesome. I'm turning into a zombie. I work a lot of hours, but it's going good, and it's starting to take off, and everything's looking really promising. So I wanted to record this video update to just talk a little bit about the past couple of years of development, what's going on for Forsaken Legends, the pre-launch, how we plan on moving forward. First, I want to say that the game is not dead. I'm not giving up on my dream. I'm not giving up on the game that we've tried to set out to create. We've hit a ton of stumbling blocks. It's been a massive learning curve for me. I've lost a lot of money, a lot of money. I've been self-funding this from the start, pre-launch, brought in minimal money. We appreciated every single person that came on board to try and support us. We just never got over the hurdle of being able to keep up with full-time development. So just bring you up to speed since the last video. I actually tried to bring Ben on full-time, and we missed him by a few days. His contract got extended by 6 months. It was very depressing because I was very excited that I was finally able to give him the commitment of full-time development and get everything back on track, and we just barely missed it. So I've been trying to think of, since that happened a couple of weeks ago, I've been trying to think of the best way to move forward with Forsaken Legends that's fair for everyone that's already purchased, and trying to keep the dream alive and to try and self-fund it and to just try and keep everything going. So what I've come up with after a lot of thinking, a lot of back and forth, is what I'm going to cover in this video. So what I first want to say is I want to thank you, or I want to thank all of the community that's been really supportive with us over the past couple of years. I know that this hasn't gone as planned, and a lot of you have been with us since the start, and we do appreciate your support and your enthusiasm about our project. So what I wanted to take a step back at and look at is the scope of the project, and what I think I can accomplish and what we should be trying to do moving forward. So the game is going to look a little different moving forward just because of the fact that I want to create a scope of game that I can actually accomplish. So I just want to make sure I was actually recording. I don't remember hitting the button. So what that means is we're not going to try and go for an MMORPG where it's thousands of players in an area, a massive scale. What we want to focus on is an extremely fun game experience for a small party. It's something that we can definitely create where we don't have to have a massive server infrastructure in place to make it happen. So we're going to move to a server structure similar to games like 7 Days to Die, things like that, where it's an individual server that you play on, that you can move your characters across to different places. We're still going to have an integrated servers with like instances and things like that you can play on. So there's still going to be a way for you to interact with a lot of players without us having to support thousands of servers, because as a company of our size of like a couple people, it's just not feasible. And quite honestly, I should have never tried it from the start. It's definitely been a learning experience, and I'm going to learn from those mistakes and learn from those problems and apply fixes to them and move forward in a way that we know we can be successful at. I also skipped one of my notes that I want to talk about is some people have been asking for refunds. So I don't want anyone to feel like they've been cheated. That's my number one concern with how I do business. My entire life, I've never screwed anyone during business or in person. That's not my personality. That's not the type of person I am. I don't want anyone to feel like I cheated them out of their money, or I swindled them out of their money, or I took their money and ran. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with a structured way of anyone who has joined the pre-launch before I closed it to be able to get access to their money back over time. I don't have the money right now to just refund everyone's payments. I'm going to work towards that, and I'm going to come up with a way that if you want your money back, if you feel like the direction that we're going to be taking the game is so different than what you bought in for, and you want your money back, I'm going to accommodate that. I don't know how quick it's going to happen, so I'll be very honest with you. I don't have the money to refund you right this second, but I'm going to create a way that you can kind of like a ticket system, so you can send in an email, I'll log it, and as money starts to come in from these other projects and we start to self-fund the game again, I will start to work on the process of refunding anyone who feels like that they just don't want to support the project anymore, or it's just not going the way that they thought it was going to go. So We will offer refunds for anyone who wants it. If you don't want to continue to support the game, if you don't want a refund and you're willing to keep supporting the game, we greatly appreciate it, of course, and we hope that the game we're going to come out with is just as much fun, if not more fun, than what we originally had in mind. So, just going through my notes here, I want to make sure I get everything that I wanted to talk about here. The structure of this video isn't very, it's not, I'm not going to edit a bunch. I'm just going to be real with you guys. I'm just going to, talk with you about what's happened the past couple of years, past couple of months. And I just want you guys to see exactly, how we want to do business and how the transparency that we want to have with you guys. So just bear with me while I have ums and ahs and pauses because I'm just going through my notes. So the next thing I want to talk about is how we plan on changing the direction. So it's going to be free to play. If you haven't noticed, I locked down the pre-launch because I didn't want to take anyone else's money, knowing that I wasn't going to be able to deliver on what was on paper and on video right there. So on the sales page, there's talk about massive scale servers and endless worlds and things like that. And I don't want anyone else to buy into that concept because it's not going to happen in the way that it's described on that page. We're still going to create an awesome game. You guys are going to love it. There's still going to be exploration, construction system, everything. We're having the core systems there. It's just a matter of how many people are going to interact with those at any given time. So I don't want to discourage you saying, make it sound like the game's not going to be fun or it's going to be a crappy game. We think that the game's going to be awesome and more fun than it was before. So we're keeping it free to play during development. I'm going to take on the burden of covering development costs for everything. So I will not be asking a penny from any game player or any users of the game or any members. You guys will not have to pay a penny to play the game during development. Once it's ready and we're ready for a public release, then we're looking at a one-time fee. We're not looking at a monthly fee anymore. It's just going to be a one-time fee to get the game and play. So the next note is I'll be self-funding it. So you won't have to worry about coming out of pocket. Again, that's why I closed the pre-launch. We're going to be taking the burden on. I'll be taking the burden on. The next thing is that I want to talk a little bit about the technology that we're going to be leveraging. It's called Voxel Farm. We've been going back and forth a lot on this. The landscape or the terrain aspect of the game has kicked my butt quite a few times and really locked us up a few times. But we want to move forward with Voxel Farm, and there's a few reasons for that. The voxel train looks awesome, and also the construction system that I want to go forward with is like EverQuest's next landmark. I want to be able to give that kind of a tool set to you guys for Forsaken Legends, where you guys can create some just absolutely gorgeous buildings and landscapes, scenery type, things, an awesome house overlooking a waterfall that's overlooking a lake. Like, that's my goal for you guys. I want to be able to have a construction system like EverQuest's next landmark, and with Voxel Farm, that's definitely possible. So after this video and onwards, I'm going to be looking for a developer that has experience with Voxel Farm. I still work with Ben. I talk with Ben on a daily basis on side projects and stuff. So when his current contract is up, I definitely plan on bringing him on full time to work on this game as well. But I want to find somebody right now who's familiar with Voxel Farm so that we can get the game as quick as possible to a multiplayer state where you guys are running around building stuff with Voxel Farm, exploring a world, and that sort of thing. I'll go on about the combat and the exploration stuff in a second, but I just want to be clear that I am actively looking for somebody who has experience with Voxel Farm to bring on and get the game to a point where we can bring it to a multiplayer state for you guys as quick as possible. And again, access to that's going to be free. Going through it. So exploration is going to be a huge aspect of the game. Still, the game world itself will be large. We're hoping to have hundreds of players on a server. It's not going to be like a 2-player server or anything like that. We want to be able to still have a pretty sizable community on a server. And then we want you guys to be able to take your characters from server to server so you can explore different places and have everything be kind of a streamlined aspect to it. So we will have a central system to it. We're still working out all the details on that, but we do want to have a central system so that we might be able to tie the economy together between servers, auction houses, instances, for boss fights or PvP raids and things like that. So there will be a central system to the whole thing, even though it's separated servers. So we're still working on how that's all going to work, but that's our goal. Combat is going to be action combat, real-time combat, like we were trying to create. We want a fast-paced, fun combat experience that's quick, fast-paced, and a lot of skill involved. So skill shots, no tab locks, things like that. So that's our goal still with combat. That hasn't changed. So talking about timelines, I'm looking to launch the current project that I'm working on November 15th, and that'll free up a lot of time for me. And then from there, like I said, I'm going to be looking for a developer to work with, and I want to bring them on full-time as quick as I can. So we are looking to make active progress with Forsaken Legends still this year. That's my goal. I'm going to really try to do that. So, and then from there, it's just as quick of a possible timeline to get the game back to a multiplayer state where you guys can run around, have fun, play together, things like that. So I know that this has been a very long process for you guys. It has been for me too. Things have not worked out the way that I wanted them to. And I'll be quite honest, it's been a lot of disappointment and frustrations with just how it's all gone. I want to fix all of this. I want you guys to be happy with us as a company, with us as developers. So I don't want any bad feelings. So again, I don't have details on how we're going to roll out this refund process yet, but I don't want anyone to feel cheated. That's my number one priority. I don't want anyone to feel like they were swindled or I took their money and didn't deliver on what they thought I was going to deliver. So I will have more announcements when I'm ready to start taking the refund process, but just know that that is in the works, and I will do it in as timely as a manner as I'm possibly financially able to do. So now be looking for more notes on that soon, and I'll also let you know if I find a developer to bring on for Voxel Farm stuff as quick as possible. I am in our Discord channel. I have it open right here. I'm in it 24, well, not 24 hours a day. Whenever I'm on my computer working, I am on that Discord channel. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to hop in there. I check it on a daily basis, multiple times a day. I am in there, so I haven't disappeared. I'm actively in the channels there for you guys to reach out to me. Also through email. I haven't been as good as I should be on the forums just because I haven't really had much to say. So I am going to be actively working on trying to make it all better, doing more update videos and things like that. It's just been frustrating to not be able to come out with any good news for you guys. So so just know that bottom line, Forsaken Legends isn't going anywhere. We are still passionate about creating the game of our dreams. We are changing the scope to make sure that it's a game that we can actually complete, but we know that it'll still be fun for you guys to play. So those are our goals. That's what we're doing. That's what's been going on, and hopefully this type of video will be well received by you guys. And just just I want to be as transparent as I possibly can with the community. So again, we appreciate you guys for sticking around with us this long, and hopefully you stick around for a lot longer and help us to keep building this game out. Also, for those of you who don't want a refund, we are going to be coming up with some special perks for you guys for when the game comes out. So anyone who did purchase a pre-launch will still get bonus benefits from the level that they came in on. It's just it might not be exactly what they were, but again, we don't want anyone to feel cheated. So we're going to make sure we can do everything we can possibly do to make sure everyone's happy. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns on this, feel free to post on this video. Otherwise, join us on the Discord channel, and I'll be sure to answer any questions. And I hope to be able to talk to you guys soon and provide more good news about bringing a developer on full-time for Voxel Farm and really getting the pace picked back up here and start working on this full-time again. Thanks, guys. I will talk to you in the next video.